Hello everyone, and welcome back yet again this week to another episode of Mecha Hack. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We are so excited to have you. My name is Fraz, and I'm the GM for this game of Mecha Hack. All of us have worked really hard to make sure that you get the best experience out of this game and this production as we can offer. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll get the session underway here in just a few moments. Don't forget to join us for our live post-show, the Debrief, after the session ends. There will be a link to the live broadcast in chat within the last couple of minutes of the stream. Now, of course, none of this would be possible without the creators who have elected to collaborate with me on this project and in this game. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to the players, let them introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll get right into the session.
Hi, I'm JDdotST, and I play Lightryder. You can find me on social media as JDdotST anywhere, and I am looking forward to experiencing this journey with you. This is my first TTRPG, so I'm learning as we go, having a blast, and really excited for you to take this journey with us. So let's have a great time.
Hey everyone, I'm MisterWisePork. I'm the wisest pork you know. You can find me over at twitch.tv/MisterWisePork. I'm currently the newest member to Mecha Hack. And to be honest with you, this is my first virtual tabletop RPG. So I'm extremely excited to be here and be part of the team. I play a character named Darius, or codename Chimera. I pilot a hybrid mech, which is both biological and mechanical, so it's a little best of both worlds. I come from a very mysterious past and part of a special program in which you'll find out later on in the series as we go. I'm very glad to have you all here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episodes.
Hey everyone, my name's Restabrooks. You can call me Rest or Ryan, doesn't really matter. Same goes for everywhere on social media. Stream on Twitch right now. But for my character, I play the stoic Gray Hawkins, who is the captain of our fun little team. I pilot a striker class chassis, and my call sign is SABER 0. Can't wait to see you there.
Hey guys, this is Theo with TheobaldsGaming. You can find me over at TheobaldsGaming on Twitch and Twitter. I play Ralph, who is a Quipster pilot piloting a Titan mech that is a hulking behemoth with way too much armor and armaments that looks like it pretty much got put together in a junk pile. Ralph is the big lovable oaf type character, always wants to do everything that's in the best interest for those around him, wants to really protect those around him. But when it's time to, just kick back, he's not one shy away from cracking jokes and trying to get a chuckle out of people, sometimes even when it's maybe not the most appropriate.
Okay. Hi guys. How's it going? So we are recording officially. Let's get the show on the road. So.
Sure, you didn't sneak in like an hour of, nonsense?
I'm positive I didn't sneak in an hour of nonsense.
I just got here.
Yeah. What's going on? What are we doing again?
That other guy in Resta's place wasn't him.
Yeah, it was a clone this whole time.
A clone. Yeah.
It's the only way that Resta actually gets everything done that he needs to. I'm gonna need you to like tell me how you cloned yourself, because I definitely need another me. Yeah. Okay, so when last we met, Captain Hawkins, having been released from the medical ward on the Nishimura, went to see Dr. Tsuneo, who had recently replied back on the ship from Arcadia Station. After consulting with the doctor about his reconnection to the Lattice network, Dr. Tsuneo displayed his typical lack of empathy, stating that it was a risk that we were willing to take for the greater effort. Lightryder and Ralph made their way back aboard the Nishimura, taking some time to clean up back in their old bunk. The trio were reunited and sought out Director Akira for a sitrep, finding her sending off Tyler and the rest of Unit 13 to take over for Unit 4 as head of security on Arcadia Station. Meanwhile, Chimera and Sheba sparred, with Chimera seeming to have the upper hand until, upon pushing his biomechanical enhancements to the maximum, set an alarm off from the hangar bay and pulled Sheba away from the fight. Back on the Nishimura, Unit 12 received a sitrep on the state of the Iron Dawn's operations, as it were, throughout the system, and were informed that as soon as they had a more precise location of the Aeon hub in this sector, they'd be sent to take it out. Until such time arises, the pilots have some time to themselves. So, what would you all like to do?
I feel like there was something.
Oh, also, Lightryder had a fucking crazy dream because he ate too much space sriracha.
That'll do
Par
it.
for the course.
Oh my god. Trying to find the thing I was looking at. There was a thing, I swear.
Finding the thing with the thing on the thing.
I had it right in front of me, and I'm upset that I don't now.
My hair is very shiny, sorry.
Does that look good?
Yeah, it looks good.
It's awesome because this is how I get to film all the intros now, with this hair.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, are all of our mechs down on Arcadia Station?
You can, however, acquire transit back and forth with relative ease.
Oh.
So, if there's anything that you guys would like to do on planet, I will state that right now, all of your mechs are being outfitted with fulcrum drives for the Twitch transit that we kind of touched on last week. So.
Twitch. Okay,
Twitch.
got it. Got it.
Yeah, you gotta twitch through space.
How much downtime are we looking at?
I'd say for the pace of disassembly of the light sails and just the time that it would take for decryption of the information that they pulled out of the Aeon mechs, you're probably looking at about a week.
Okay. Kind of depends on what the rest of the squad is gonna do at this point, but Ralph would be curious about Chimera some more, especially after, big giant barf laser that made things go boom.
Yep.
He wants to know more about that.
Okay.
So he'd probably be more than a little interested about getting back down to Arcadia Station.
Okay.
But also the rest of the team has been strained, and he kind of sees this, and he doesn't want to, be separating the team right now when they need to kind of feel like they're getting back together.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be based on kind of what the rest of the squad does.
Okay. Cool.
I'm waiting to see what the captain does.
Just because of what happened with Gray, the first day or two, I wanted him to kind of get in light exercises at the gym, and just kind of go through just movements just to make sure he feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Because a random blackout would shake anybody. So
Yeah.
for him, visibly phased and worried now because he's connected. Like he's, is not panicked, but definitely more thoughtful about what's going on. But definitely going through some movements, everything. Wants to go back down.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
like basically a little bit of rehab, mental.
Yeah, exactly. Like self-made rehab, just to make sure everything moves the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
In his head as well. He doesn't like to be too far away from his mech, and with work going on with it, he might kind of not chomping at the bit, but have been thinking about going down planet side. But unbeknownst and similar to what Theo just said, there's been some turmoil and some interesting things going on with the team, so he's definitely keeping them in the forefront and wanting to stick close.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Just in your during your recovery couple of days,
yep.
do you check out the simulation pods at all while you're doing that?
Yeah, it was going to be like weight training, going through going to the firing range, making sure he's still got it, twirling a scythe around, and then hitting the old training sims.
Okay, so I will say go ahead and let's do.
I mean, no.
I mean, wait
a minute.
Let's go ahead and go ahead. Are you proficient in espionage or intellect?
In intellect, I am smart.
Okay, cool.
I think half the team are smart.
Everybody's smart. Okay. So I would say that on your first foray kind of back into the training simulator, I will go ahead and have you roll an intellect check for me.
I'm rolling under.
Yes,
correct?
Rolling under.
Okay.
Yep, and so it's for you it would be you need to roll under a 13 for this. Because you're proficient in it, it boosts your system score by 2.
Oh, Unreal 6. it was like 16. Nah.
Yes. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, I saw I'm dumb as shit coming. No, it worked.
I said MR smart. Nope, MR stupid.
So this is less of gauging your intelligence in this particular scenario and more just kind of gauging your I guess your brain reaction to being back in even a simulated mech after what had happened. When you hop into the training sim, which just because it's been a while since you guys have kind of had the descriptor of what these training simulators look like. Those float pods that you can go into that are blackout and they're all salt water and stuff. It's essentially
deprivation tank.
Yeah, it's a deprivation tank. So you don't have a physical input to your neural port, but it simulates that same kind of neural pathway situation. So you climb inside of the sim pod for the first time in a while. And while you're accustomed to some dim light within your mech, this is just black. As soon as that shuts down, and you have this moment of panic where in a mech, being completely dark is bad news.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you kind of just take a moment, take a breath, adjust your frame of mind and thinking to realizing that this is a simulation. It is not your actual mech. And you kind of grip this arms of the seat a little bit tighter, and eventually the simulation lights blink on. And you go throughout the simulation, no problems. And when you come out, you're a little woozy after your first time in, but the more that you do it and put your body through the movements and just kind of reminding yourself of what it feels like to be present in your brain and body, you get readjusted pretty quickly. I would say probably 2 to 3 days max.
And that's what I figured. Yeah, perfect.
Yep. So, with that being said, Lightryder, what are you doing?
I got absolutely no plans.
Nothing. Not even the slightest amount of intrigue or worry about anything.
He's not even
that's
hungry.
Oh, that's saying okay, but that's
the dream messed him up that bad.
The red flags.
He's not even hungry.
He's thinking about something.
Oof. Our emergency sandwich pilot is no longer
not even hungry.
Okay. So, would you say that
I'm just waiting for someone in command to tell me what to do at this point.
Okay.
And biding my time, like just making sure I'm ready to go, because I know inevitably we will be called out again.
Okay. So, while Hawkins is recovering, are you maybe getting some time in the sim pods too?
I mean, I don't need any of that.
Okay. Just curious how Lightryder's gonna spend 3 whole days on the ship with nothing to do.
Literally watching, like, training videos and, like, cleaning weapons.
Just nervous, busy work, basically.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Occupy the mind.
All right. Go ahead and give me just a basic presence test.
I think she's trying to see if you stay sane.
Maybe.
The jury's out on that one.
I'm trying to remember which one of these die I used for this crap. They're all
D20.
different size. Yeah. That's right. I knew that.
Did you?
Yeah, I win because this is a 12 and I have 17 for presence.
The icosahedral
Nice.
one.
It's very hard for me to lose a presence check.
I know,
I hear that.
but you know what? It's worth it sometimes.
He's annoyed. He's annoyed with leadership, and he's just waiting until they send him out to almost get killed again.
Well, you know, there are avenues that you can pursue to vent your frustration with leadership. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. He's just gonna clean his gun.
Okay.
You know,
3 days straight of just cleaning it.
Disassemble,
no 1v1
reassemble,
Hawkins is what she said.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
What?
I saying
Go
she was
1v1.
telling him to go 1v1.
1v.
PvP.
Oh yeah.
PvP.
Yeah, just boot up the Rust. Yeah, and we'll just 1v1 it.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah, so not a lot of eventfulness going on for a few days. Mostly everybody's just kind of biding their time. So I will say that, bless you, first of all. So I'd say day 3 rolls around. Hawkins, you come back from your session in the training pods and come back to Lightryder cleaning his gun for the 3rd day in a row. And Ralph, what would you be doing on like day 3, give or take?
I'm
eating a sandwich by now, probably.
Ralph would have eaten all the sandwiches by now.
You know they have other food on this ship aside from sandwiches.
I hope so.
Ralph may be chunky boy, but he likes being strong boy, so he's probably been going back and forth to the weight room, hitting the bags. Just, you know, if anybody walks in, it's just those big 1-2s every once in a while. Just you know the sound, that flat.
Yeah. Okay.
And then probably would have noticed Lightryder's not eating and been trying to like encourage him. Kind of giving that, you know, you're too small already. You need to eat. You can't lose any more of yourself. That was at Lightryder.
And he's just not acknowledging.
And he just gonna sit there.
Okay. So so I will say day 3 rolls around. Again, Hawkins comes back from his session in the training pods. Ralph comes back from the gym. Both of you guys get cleaned up, and at this point, you're all feeling pretty all right. Hawkins, you're probably at this point mentally and physically good to go back to planet. So
MVP.
if you guys want to have that conversation amongst yourselves, or do you want just to expedite the whole thing for narrative purposes?
Narrative expedience ahoy!
Okay, narrative expedience ahoy! You get cleaned up and you go back to Planet Elnax to Arcadia Station. You arrive. What are you doing when you get there?
To our mechs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to check the progress, probably first and foremost. All of us got that idea. We haven't been away from our mechs in so long.
Okay.
Definitely be asking about the, I mean, I don't want to call him a prisoner, but the new face around here, because again, I wasn't on planet, so.
I remember too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ed's there too.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't forget
Ed's
Ed's
there.
on planet
Yeah,
too.
I completely forgot about that actually. Yeah. So definitely asking about both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
sticking with
One's
the team
definitely
to go.
more interesting to us. I don't know about the Hawkins.
Yeah. Well, Hawkins technically just forgot about him, so how important
Wow.
yeah, I know that's bad.
Feels bad,
Friends
man.
ever.
Yeah, but more or less just definitely checking out the mechs first, and then
Okay. So with that said, Chimera, what are you doing for these first 3 days on Arcadia Station?
Well, if I remember correctly where we left, we were in the kind of training facility.
Mhm.
V and I were having a conversation about implants and such, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Prosthetics.
I think we left it at prosthetics and such. And I went over to the gun range,
Yep.
shot some bullets. In between
Which
there,
kinda says a lot because they let a quote unquote prisoner to shoot live rounds.
well, nobody's been able to really touch me yet, so I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Which could be more of a reason not to give
They
you the
also
gun, but,
might not be live rounds. So
Okay. It's a light gun. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
zapper.
right. Yeah. It's just making little marks down there.
yeah, it's a light gun. It's in a controlled area, and the watchful eye of the more aggressive of the Ryu twins has definitely been on his backside the entire time.
Right. So, a combination of training, some one-armed push-ups on top of a staff,
Mm-hmm.
Robotic
parallel
arms,
in the
you know.
air,
The robotic.
the robotic.
Just being
Get it,
real
making sure-
badass.
Right, being real badass.
Push up, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally showing off the aimbot portion of you.
Right. Some meditation in between, and it's more of a unification of my human side, my cyborg side. It's kind of like where I would reset.
Yeah.
Bringing everything in, making sure connections are good and things like that, internally and externally.
Point of
But-
curiosity.
Mhm.
Certainly.
Does Chimera sleep? Or does he just meditate?
More just meditate than sleep.
That's interesting. Sorry.
Yes.
I would say that just in general, based on previous battle and like just overall exertion, you were kind of out in space alone for a while before you met up with everyone. I think at this
Right.
point you're probably due for like a solid sleep. So at some point,
and we'll say more of a sleep being more of a shutdown period.
yeah,
And not because the mechanics can't necessarily go
Mhm.
offline. They run vitals.
Yep.
So there would be a point that I would do an extended
yeah,
meditation shutdown phase that I would be in more of a sitting position, eyes closed, lights dim,
yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
right.
Powered down in power
Sleep
saver
mode,
mode.
very,
Blinking more than
battery
anything.
saving.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm in airplane
Sleep
mode now.
initiated.
Exactly.
He's like Solo before he got his power core repaired,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to say, because of who I am and my pilot status, is I'm a pariah.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an odd psychic connection to things, and
Mm-hmm.
I can sense the pilots returning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, you would also, before they got back. So actually not long after Chiba runs off to deal with the situation in the hangar bay, probably a solid like 6 or 8 hours after that happens. So at this point, you're probably, going through your meditative cycles and just
Right.
winding down, as it were. You would definitely tune into the hubbub of Unit 13 coming and the changing of the guard, essentially, that occurs. So whether or not you would like to go out and see what all the hubbub's about is up to you.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely like to go see what the hubbub's about. Who am I with at this time? Now the time has passed, and who's watching over me at this point?
I would say at this point, probably just one of the engineers, who's got some combat training. At this point, because of this occurrence specifically, I won't say that you're left unguarded necessarily, but you're definitely
Less of top tier guarded.
Yeah, less of top tier at this point, because of the fact that there is this like changing of the guard going on.
And the twins probably got bored.
Yeah, the twins are getting shipped off somewhere, essentially. So if you were going to check out what's going on, you would exit your assigned bunk, and there would be a guard stationed there, again, looking more like an engineer than like a true guard. And heading into the hangar bay where you can sense all of this commotion going on, you see the twins and the rest of their unit kind of gathered around in the middle, awaiting the lift to come down. And as the lift hits the bottom of the hangar bay and the doors open, you see 4 freshly polished, like right off the manufacturing floor mechs enter into the hangar bay. This is Unit 13. And it doesn't take you long to figure out that that is exactly who they are, because there is a 13 emblazoned on the chest of each of these mechs, as is similar with Unit 12 and Unit 4. Each of the SABER units has their own crest and their unit number, like just not painted, but like embossed on their mechs, essentially. And as you kind of are looking on, you see Unit 4 taking a moment to speak with engineering and you see them speak with Cygnus. You see a short, like tiny form, who the rest of you would know to be Quinn, and they're all kind of having conversation, as these figures seem to be like the highest in command, aside from Scout Leader Tabata, who you met previously when you first got here.
Right.
And disembarking from these mechs are literal children. So Tyler, being the oldest of the 4, looks to be no older than 15. And one of them looks to be as young as maybe 12. So they are disembarking from these mechs and are preparing, having conversation, being just info dumped on, essentially, by everyone who's in charge, trying to figure out the best way possible to transition command of security from Unit 4, these veterans, battle-worn, very clearly, like, older, to Unit 13, who is now going to be in charge of keeping Arcadia Station safe.
Okay. While taking all this in, very observant individual as I am, I'm going. I'm getting. I'm assuming my mech is in this hangar as well.
Yes.
Right. So I'm just kind of, as I'm paying attention to everything, just kind of make a beeline to my mech. As I get closer to it, it kind of senses me, lights and things start happening a little more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
I just start tinkering and making sure that nothing was touched or broken in my absence, and just doing a diagnostic check.
Yeah,
while
they have.
Going on.
While the engineers of Arcadia Station are avidly curious about everything that's going on with your mech and trying to figure out how it all ticks, they have been very respectful and have not touched it in your absence. They haven't touched anything that you haven't given them authorization to touch. They haven't messed with anything that you haven't told them is okay to mess with. So as you're going through and doing your diagnostics, you see that everything is in tip-top condition and has not been messed with in any way outside of what you have allowed them to look through.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll continue on with just making sure that the mech's in good shape until anyone seems less busy than they already are. That's in command. Kind of just observing their pecking order, so to say, and protocols while I work on my mech, and just kind of making sure that it's up to ammo, damage, everything's in tip-top shape, kind of thing.
Yeah, any damage that you would have taken in previous fights, they've actually started to actually repair some of the damage that you've suffered just from your time before meeting up with everyone else, and also in the fight to even get to Arcadia Station in the first place.
Right.
So it's in good condition right now. Probably the best condition that you've seen it in for a while. And that's largely due to your efforts to help Unit 12 secure the Lodium shipment that was on the Luminous Conduit. So, as you notice all of these things and kind of take these things in, it seems that the so-called changing of the guard isn't officially happening for another couple of days. Basically, Unit 4 is going to be escorting Unit 13 around Arcadia Station, getting them familiarized with the lay of the land, getting them used to the faces and names of everyone who is here, which is a lot of people. Despite the relative seclusion that you've kind of given yourself, there are a lot of people here. And a lot of them are topside, so you don't see a lot of the faces passing as often, but several of them do come into the bunker to greet the young pilots of Unit 13 as they come to take over security. So, within probably 20 minutes or so of just observing all of this going on, you will see everyone kind of breaking off into pairs, which is kind of the Ryu twins both take Tyler because their Unit 4 is a group of 5 and not 4 because the Ryu twins co-pilot a brawler mech. Which is something that you haven't observed until now, where they both embark into this just kind of, it's like this, you've seen Ralph's mech, and it's not as big as Ralph's mech, but it's pretty damn close. But it's this just big, like, top-heavy looking, four-armed monstrosity that has, like, the knuckles on this thing are just, like, they have seen some wear and tear, even through being repaired and repainted. It seems like the half of the charm of this particular mech is the just absolutely destroyed knuckles of the forearms of this mech, as both of the Ryu twins climb up into it and proceed topside with the pilot of Unit 13's striker class being Tyler following behind them. Seems like they're probably going to go out and put him through his paces, as it were.
So,
like they do.
Before they kind of take off, because this mech now is intriguing to me, where I haven't seen it, and up my alley of war and torn and destruction. I want to scan it.
Okay.
I want to use so almost like a Wi-Fi connection to my mech, because my mech would have stronger, better scanners than I would in my own biometrics. So I want to scan and kind of document what I see and what I can kind of get through mathematics processed by the mech.
Okay. So what specifically would you be looking for?
Weak points, points that move, weight, size, height, things, all of its physical stats that I can kind of see that can be measured through my optics, and exhausts, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a full like physic scan of it.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Okay. So this mech in particular, again, not quite as big as Ralph's Titan mech, a little bit smaller, but not nearly as small and scrappy as like the Striker mechs. So next to Tyler's Striker, it stands about 3 times as wide and about like a head and a half taller, give or take. So meter wise, that's math, and I just don't have the brain power to do that.
Right, and it doesn't. I'm not looking for exacts or anything like that, but it would be more for like almost like a Pokedex. You know what I mean? I'm just documentating.
No, you're good.
For you know what I'm saying?
So just
gotta catch them all.
Right, gotta scan them all.
Yeah, so just in general, that and all Striker mechs are generally about the same size. They're lithe and like how you would imagine like a lithe muscular humanoid to look in mech form.
Right.
But this thing is just like the linebackerist of shoulders. And again has 4 arms. So you can see that the shoulders would probably be a weak point. Just because that's where, like, especially with 4 arms, that's where they connect into the main chassis of the mech. Also, it is, again, pretty top heavy. But looking at it when it's in like just its standby phase, essentially, it looks like you would blow on it and it'd knock over. Because it's just so damn top heavy looking. Right. But as soon as the Ryu twins get in it and like actually power it up, this thing moves with like the grace of a dancer. Which you would come to probably expect having sparred with Chiba. Right. Because Chiba is very much like this kind of ducky dodgy. She doesn't like to get all up in your face. Whereas V is very much probably the weapons expert at this point. So
hey, that looks neat. I'm gonna punch it.
Yeah, pretty much. So just seeing it walk is kind of a strange phenomena to you because it looks like it shouldn't work.
Right, and I'm expecting it to be slow and overbearing, and it's actually kind of just up and goes.
Yeah, it's very scrappy for what it looks like. But yeah, definitely shoulders are weak points. The head of it, actually, you can only see like the top part, just above, just below the eyes, essentially. So like from this up, is all you can see, and the rest of it is actually like just sunken into the shoulders of the thing. That's like how just huge the shoulders of this thing is. They've done a lot of work to like reinforce that area, knowing well that it's a weak point. But you also see that out of all of the other mechs here, this one is everyone else is arc reactor powered. This one in particular, this one's nuclear.
So my energy readings are going to be like, woo!
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Energy readings are off the charts. And you can kind of put together that because it is a dual pilot mech, that it needs more energy to sustain both the pilots and have them move. But you also see, as you're scanning over the emboss of the 4, as well as Epoch on it, which you assume is their call sign. Other than that, she's pretty solid and well reinforced outside of those couple of kind of blips that would definitely pique your interest.
Sorry.
All right, cool.
Hail!
Yeah, kitty.
Okay. So I guess I'm kind of just left with the peons and my mech here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just gonna really sit around and wait for these guys to arrive.
Okay. So yeah, I will say that over the next couple of days, things are a little bit more disjointed than what you've come to expect on Arcadia Station, with new people coming in, trying to figure out how everything runs and works. Some shift changes are a little funky. There are some things that are nothing's ever left necessarily unguarded. But you notice as you're on the engineering floor that there are some people who are just kind of running about when they normally would be very much like organized. Everything just feels a little off for a couple of days, as everyone's just falling into new habits, essentially. And as day 3 rolls around, again, it's pretty much the same thing. You do run into Tyler and a couple of the other younger folks on Unit 13. Tyler is absolutely fascinated with your mech, as just about everyone is who sees it for the first time. And he doesn't really come close enough to have a conversation with you, but you catch him staring more times than he should be. And at the end of the 3rd day, you get that similar kind of tingle of hubbub and new faces, or maybe not so new faces, returning back to Arcadia Station as the trio of Unit 12 returns to the station and to their mechs.
Okay. So would they would pretty much be into the hangar that we're at?
Yeah. So they don't come through the big lift. There's now a civilian lift that comes in through the lab, essentially, in that kind of area. But yeah, within probably like 15-20 minutes of them landing on planet, and you hearing the announcement, because every time that a ship comes into the station, they need to be refueled and serviced and things of that nature to actually head back up to the Nishimura itself. And within 15-ish minutes of that going off, you see the 3 of them entering from the science lab area and into the hangar bays to inspect their mechs. And the 3 of you see that your mechs are, 1, in pristine shape, and 2, it looks like the work on the fulcrum drive has been completed. So there's not anything noticeably different yet. So, but they do look very pretty and polished.
Nice.
Shiny.
Yeah, shiny. They've taken good care of your mechs while you were gone.
I didn't think that the junk pile of a Titan could actually shine like that.
Actually, I think Lightryder's so happy with it he takes, because I'm actually fairly rich if I remember correctly. From
you
my
guys
winnings,
all have some money.
Yeah.
We're all decently like
Stacked.
Yeah, you guys have not spent any of your credits, which at this point you probably can go ahead and add like 20 more credits to what you have.
I don't even know how much I have. I just know
Oh my god! I don't have that in my notes anymore.
I don't either. I just know I'm walking around like Space Scott Disick.
I'm now at 50.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just take like find out who was in charge and who worked on my mech, and I'll just take 20 credits and split it amongst them.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do. The engineering crew, the engineering staff here is
This is a thank you.
Yeah, they're not it's not a big staff. It's probably the same like 10 to 15 engineers that are working on all of the mechs, just kind of on a rotating basis. You do find a couple of them that when you ask around, and specifically when you ask Scout Leader Tabata, he'll point out like 3 or 4 of them that are actually currently servicing Unit 13's mechs, just making sure that they're, tip-top condition, polishing the scratches and nicks out of Tyler's mech. From
the training.
From the training, and you do see,
ass kissing,
which as they're kind of working on it, one of them moves to the side, and you see the head of a jackal on his mech. So it's pretty fucking dope looking. He might be young, but he's got a good eye.
He's got style.
Yeah. So you go up to a couple of them. They descend from the scaffolding, and a couple of others are pulled over by Scout Leader Tabata. And though you don't catch their names, some of them are on the younger side. Probably a couple of them are maybe 3 or 4 years younger than you, and the rest of them are probably about 6-7 years your senior, give or take. And they all gather around, and you give them a tip, and they lose their shit. They are just like, basically have now decided to worship the ground that you walk on for your duration here, and are very, very eager to help you with whatever it is that you might need.
I'm telling you, Ralph, that old paperback, that How to Win Friends and Influence something, it was worth it. It's definitely worth reading that thing on the couple of days off.
It's really worth. Buy your friends. I will feed my friends. It's fine.
Hey, will you get me a sandwich?
I tried to get you to eat on the Nishimura.
I don't like eating when we're in space. It doesn't agree.
Oh, you get some more.
No, but really, thanks, fellas and ladies.
Quick side note, I totally lost my credit count. All I know is that Ralph actually won a sizable bet at the tournament.
You're probably up to like 70 credits at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think I had technically the least, and I'm at 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 120 to 150. It was somewhere in there.
Yeah. I think Quinn actually had the least because he didn't bet on himself.
He didn't bet on himself. I bet everything on Lightryder because, of course, he did.
Yeah. So.
And it paid off because.
Yeah,
of course
I
it
know
does.
That some of those credits came from Hawkins because Hawkins lost the bet to Ralph. So.
Yes.
That was a direct bet. That wasn't at the pool. That was
that was me and you.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool.
Ralph, just I got your money.
I'll remember this.
You ain't got no ice cream. Okay.
Cause I got your money. Okay. You do also notice Chimera is there working on his mech in the hangar bay.
Kind of like off to the side.
Mhm.
Well, let's go say hi, I guess.
Well, we do have news to give to him, I suppose.
I'm going and checking out my mech because I ain't got nothing to do with all that.
Yeah, Lightryder wants to just go play with shiny things. It's fine.
Let them walk you through what they did to your Mac.
Yeah.
Cool. I will come back to that because there's some cool things. I'll come back
exactly
to
what I was. Since they now worship the ground I walk on, might as well get them to give me the grand tour.
Yeah.
The sandwich compartment now has a toaster oven in it. Yeah.
Yes.
It is now not just a sandwich compartment, it is a panini press.
Once you know them, they show you where they
upgrade,
make the good
baby. Let's
liquor,
go.
He's probably got like a little sauce rack, a little bottle of pesto and sriracha.
The
Yeah.
engineers know how to make whiskey on this ship. So.
You got some Kewpie mayo in there, and you got some really you got some like nice soju in there. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thousands of years into the future, Kewpie's still around.
Listen, Kewpie mayo is the future, okay? Like
100%.
so good.
So, is it both Ralph and Hawkins are coming over?
I believe so.
All right.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm obviously bent over, digging in my mech. Things are,
Ooh,
you know, yeah,
Trapped.
of course.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Probably.
So sorry.
You
I
couldn't
apologize.
leave it alone, eh?
I
I'm just over here
know.
digging in my
couldn't.
mech.
It was so.
The lowest of
just
hanging fruit.
blatant.
That was the lowest
Did you just
hanging
say
fruit
the hanging fruits?
possible.
The lowest hanging fruit to grab.
Do I need to hit the pan?
Thank
Do I
God we
need-
can edit this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you think this is getting edited out? You're
This-
crazy. This is gonna get made into a short, into a
Balls.
TikTok. Yeah.
Balls.
Stop looking at my half metal ass, okay? Jesus.
So shiny. You must have waxed it.
This one side is just perfectly.
No, I think-
I mean.
I think V waxed
Bounce a
it
frying
actually.
pan off of that.
So before they
my.
get too close, let's say within like 3 feet, you know,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna immediately stand up and know that they're there,
Mhm.
sensing their presence.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna turn my head over my shoulder. It's a slight pleasure to have the sense of inexperience and youth leave this area. It's very, very young in here. No one really knows what's going on. I'm glad someone here that does.
Well, you can believe us. We do not like seeing such young individuals put into this position either. But when you are as strapped as we are, there are hard choices.
Definitely not my first choice.
The smell of fear in here is quite concerning. I assume we need to talk.
That's what I've heard.
So we did pass on your desire to speak to our command structure. And I believe a compromise has been reached. And more details will be made available as the meeting time draws nearer. If that is acceptable to you.
It seems fair. Time is of the essence.
It always is, but the timing is not up to us, I am afraid.
Never is left to us. We're just here to do the war. Hawkins,
Seems like you've come back online. Is there a place we can go chat about this?
He's just gonna kind of look at Ralph for a second, and then look back and nod. And it's like, we can talk about this downstairs.
Is this something that your other friend Hawkins should be involved in as well? He is here. He has the same unique problem that we need to address.
The three of us, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you know where Ed is? He's looking at Chimera. Have you seen Ed at all?
Briefly from time to time. It's been a few days. I'm not sure where he resides, but I know one of these people here do.
Just gonna look around, like take a quick look for a higher ranking official. Or one of the twins, just to see if he could spot anybody who might know.
Okay. You don't see the twins immediately, but you
Immediately, like they're around, you just don't see them.
You do, however, see the pilot of Saber Horizon. So her name is Kurahawa, which I know is a tongue twister.
Kurahawa?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Kurahabara?
You do see them kind of just doing just a general patrol. And it looks like, just upon further glancing around, that the twins' mech is actually not in the hangar bay either. So they are probably outside on patrol.
Okay.
But yeah, you do see Kurahawa kind of taking a loop, and you would recognize them as you were on mission with her at one point in time. So
okay. Yeah, so just gonna look back to the other two, and just say we need to find Ed first, and then we can meet downstairs in the briefing room to discuss this.
That sounds like a plan, Captain. If you want to search for Ed, I will go check on Lightryder, maybe get some update on what he finds that they have done with our mechs, and meet you in the briefing room.
Good idea. Sounds good. That okay with you?
Alert me when you are ready. I'll be here waiting.
Okay.
all right.
All right. So Ralph's gonna go, thudding off to find Lightryder. Pretty sure he knows where he is.
Just gonna turn back around, bend back over, and dig in my mech.
Gonna stand there staring for a second.
That bored booty again.
And then turn around and head over towards Kurahawa.
Okay.
Wow.
She sees you coming towards her, and she's not super nonchalant like V, but kind of just, she is the sniper of the group, more laid back, kind of just mellow. So pretty much just like you.
Hey, I'm like, oh, when's that gonna come out?
Hey.
Hey, yo, gotta be chill.
She looks up at you and, Hawkins, good to see you back in fighting shape. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, Kurahawa, how are you? I'm looking for Ed. Have you seen him? Another Aeon prisoner?
Yeah, I know of Ed. She kind of looks at her watch, kind of thinks a moment. He would be training room, right? Always goes there at this time. So yeah, if you want to follow me, I can take you to him. I know exactly where he is because he keeps the same regimented schedule every day. It's kind of exhausting, actually.
Right?
So she escorts you to the training area with the gymnasium and like live firing range, both of which you have been to before, so you kind of know the way. It's been a hot minute since you've been there. But and yeah, you see Ed just kind of putting in reps at the punching bag.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of nod at Kurohawa and walk over to Ed, making kind of like a bit louder of steps just to try to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody's laying into a bag, it probably won't work.
He doesn't turn to face you, but you do notice the just slight change in his posture, indicating that he knows that someone is there.
Okay.
But he's very intent on finishing his workout. So you wait for like probably about 5 minutes while he does so, and he will turn around and face you, and just back from the dead, I see.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. Again. Yeah. That's not going away anytime soon.
Probably not. We should probably talk about that, actually.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to, but then this happened. If you could humor me, that other guy that's here, the robot man.
Chimera?
Yeah. He seems to know a way to shut it off.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't like him. He freaks me out. He freaks me the tubes and the But he hasn't done anything to merit malice, exactly. He's just been kind of creepily watching everyone for the past, like, 3 days.
Well,
but
I can see how that would put you off.
Yeah. It's a little much. It's a little much, including all of this, like... You know, these kids are no older than we were.
No.
When we graduated.
Not my call, and it's definitely not my first choice.
It's a damn shame. I really thought the other side of the war would be different.
Yeah, so did I.
Just looks like it's the same for everybody. Send your kids off to fight, hope they come home alive. But it'll age them plenty. But at least they got a cushy assignment.
Yeah, you seem to be doing okay here.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I have access to anything that I can cause trouble with outside of this, so.
Well, sometimes those are enough.
Sometimes, but you know what? It's also sometimes worth it to just shut the fuck up and just watch.
That's new.
Yeah. I had to learn a little bit of restraint after you left, because, yeah, thanks for that, by the way. Because guess who got put in charge of the unit when you fucked off? Yeah. Yeah.
That's shocking.
I
could name a few more candidates than that.
Yeah, well, I was the most senior, so...
Oh.
You know how command structure works. I don't know. I don't know what they saw in me, why they decided that I was the person to... whatever, it's done now. It's over with. It should be, at least, but... We'll see. Yeah, this whole... I just have this god-awful feeling that the other foot's gonna drop any day.
Yeah.
You ever get that?
Every day.
It's like it's like just this gross weight in my stomach. Anyway, enough BSing around. We should go and deal with Chimera, I guess.
Yeah, let's go hear him out. My team's going to be there too.
Cool. Will the little one who hates me be there too?
They all hate you.
That's fair. Okay. So the two of you...
Jesus.
Just straight with it.
I much.
Stab it.
Here it is, bud. They all hate you, okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
Ralph
go.
is probably more pragmatic, but
But all the little ones hate you.
definitely doesn't like him or doesn't trust him nearly as much as he's seeming to trust Chimera at this point.
Yeah.
Chimera's at least demonstrated a little more. Ed's been more kind of just Ed.
Yeah. Ed do what Ed do. Like, let's be honest.
What it do?
Okay, so the two of you find your way back to the hangar, acquire Chimera, and head to the briefing room. Meanwhile, Lightryder and soon soon after joining you, Ralph. So I'll just give you both this information at once. So the engineers kind of just are hanging around while you go ahead and hop right on up into your mech, Lightryder. And immediately you don't notice anything different. But as you kind of plug in interface and get accustomed to being in the cockpit again after a few days, you do notice almost immediately that the input lag that was there, like, although minuscule, is completely eradicated.
Nice.
There is none.
Nice.
Additionally, they would also probably have you take it outside for this. So, and Ralph, as you come over to kind of hang out, do you want to get into your mech as well, or are you just chilling with Lightryder?
Doesn't want to feel left behind. He's going to climb in as well, you know.
Love it. Digging it. Okay, so you notice the same thing as you climb up into your absolutely fucking gargantuan mech.
I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know why, but I feel like we just walked into something that we're gonna get.
It's a trap.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hear Admiral Akbar in the background. I don't know why. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
I have never felt Romeo feel so...
She was excited when you joined me. She was too excited when you joined me. I'm nervous now.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Change the music too.
I'm not gonna kill you yet.
Just change the music.
Romeo, I've never felt so light.
Yeah. It's almost like you have like this reinvigorated like spring in your step, being in the cockpit again. It's almost like the first time that you ever actually climbed into your mechs, which really wasn't that long ago. But again, the input lag that was there is gone. And as you raise up the hydraulic lift onto the planet itself, it's actually a pretty like chill day outside. It's clear skies. The sky on planet Elnax is never blue, just because of the distance from the sun. And it's always like
In a good mood.
Well, no.
A little more red shifty, a little orangey.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's more red shifted, the sky, but also the temperature outside always hovers right around like 30 to 40 Fahrenheit, give or take.
So that's about 0 C.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold, but you're on the edges of the system.
You're not in Calgary. I don't want to hear it.
Regular day over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's shorts and t-shirts though here, but...
So that's like on a warm day, it's about 40 Fahrenheit on LMAX. Right. So today you're probably looking at around like 35 to 40 Fahrenheit today. Like it's warm today. And the sky is clear, and there are a few clouds, but just like chilling. But everything is red shifted, and you can see across the desert sands. There's still some debris from the re-entry of the luminous conduit and all of the stuff that got spaced. But overall, very clear. And As you step out of the lift and onto the surface of the planet, you hear one of the engineers come over the intercom, the short-range radio. You're gonna see a new button on your console.
Okay.
Ralph likes buttons.
Get about 500 meters out, and then you can push it.
Oh, no little hint. It stays a surprise.
Oh, yes. This is what we've been working on while you guys were gone, and I promise it's a good surprise. You're gonna love it.
This sounds fun. All right, let's do it.
Let's go,
Space
little
fireworks.
Ejectocito, cuz.
I also
It's not an
just,
ejector seat.
Nope.
So while Ralph's like navigating Romeo out, he's definitely going to kind of like just giving the arms a shake, a little bit of a swagger just because it feels good.
Yes, love it. Also just realized that
With the giant auto cannon, of course, kind of just slung.
I also just realized that I didn't turn on the voice changer. Damn.
You're fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so
You can add it in post.
Quick question though: is my megaphone too much, or is
No,
the
it's fine.
radio static good? Okay,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
You mean your radio?
you know what I mean.
Radio. Yeah.
Doing it on the radio.
Okay.
Are you coming, or are we just gonna? You're just gonna dance? What are you? Are you doing the chicken dance right now, Ralph? Can we?
Chicken wing. Hot
All right,
dog,
come on, stop. All right.
Chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies.
I'm at about 1K out. Am I clear to deploy whatever this giant purple button is?
Yep. Go for it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, deploying.
Okay, and as you do so, similarly to the light sails from when you brought the Aeon mechs back, out of a compartment on your back that previously served no function, these just iridescent wings sprout out from your back, and you can see the horizon kind of shift a little bit, and then after a moment of realizing that you've noticed the horizon shift, you blink, and you're halfway across the fucking planet. And you can see, Ralph, as you're witnessing this happen, you see the wings sprout out, and then all of a sudden, Lightryder is gone. In a flash.
Oh, heck, I gotta hit this button now. Let's go. Just
Smashes the button on the freaking console. Doesn't care.
So again, same kind of listen, Saber Romeo's mech is made a little bit hardier, let's be honest.
Button made for smashing.
Yeah, for smashing. So you see again,
Still probably almost broken.
Yeah, in a similar fashion, these almost too delicate to be on this mech. Just massive wings shoot out from behind from the back plates of your mech, and again you see the horizon shift in a similar way to what Lightryder witnessed, and you blink, and you're not right next to Lightryder, but probably like a solid 50 meters away from him. And Lightryder, you see this just after hearing Ralph go, I gotta hit this button, within like 5 seconds, he's right next to you out of absolutely nowhere. And as the dust cloud settles around both of you, the wings just pop back into the backplate of your mechs.
Well, that was fun. Okay, somebody's gonna have to explain to me what I'm doing, because where I was and where I am does not equal where I should be.
That was the best butterfly moment ever.
I like it.
So I
like it a lot.
That's our new Twitch drives. How do you guys like them?
I felt pretty and fast.
Yeah, so you're about quite literally halfway across the planet right now. So we're gonna need you guys to come back whenever you feel like it.
How did we get here, though? How did we tell it? Who told it where we were gonna go?
Well, we pre-programmed it. Yeah, we pre-programmed a test flight in there because we knew you guys would want to check it out. So
can we just program in and come back? Is there a power requirement? What can we just?
Yeah, it takes about an hour for it to power back up, unfortunately. So
there's always a catch. All right, we'll be back.
Okay, we'll see you when you get back.
Well, we're over in
I love how country you've gotten lately. It's really great.
So why don't we take that hour?
Straight up, Space Texas. Yeehaw! Sorry.
Listen, Tabata's the only one who has that accent, okay?
Space Texas, let's go. You get a blooming onion, please.
Let me live my life, damn it.
Come here, Briscoe and County Jr. Y'all come over here right now.
Oh
God,
boy.
the last season of that show.
Okay.
Briscoe County Jr. was a fantastic television show.
It was
at
about
any rate.
aliens in the wild.
Amazing. It was amazing. It was everything that Cowboys and Aliens expected to be.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
I've got a song
anyway.
to share with you guys later, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're flying back.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't take us that long. I mean,
No, it won't take you very long.
Max.
Yeah, it's not gonna take you that long. It'll probably
Pop
take
up
you
to orbit and zip around to.
Probably.
I mean, have we charted most of LNX at this point on the surface? Or
Nope.
That's what I was gonna say. So we backtrack like an hour before the return course can be plotted, and then
so this
well, I mean, much easier to go straight up then, and just go straight up and then go over.
So
Then
where
deal
you
with a
guys
planet we don't know.
landed,
it depends on how far we can go without that Twitch drive. You know, what's our
you guys
maximum
have
speed by
you guys have
We don't need it to
good-
leave orbit of the planet, right?
No.
Our
you
max
have-
can just.
You have enough power in your engines to leave orbit without, any negative atmospheric effect. And your radios work at this range as well. I will say that your current position, you do, as it pops up on your HUD in your mech, you do recognize this as a location of one of the other ion cannons that were on the planet that got taken out. So, it's mostly a debris field, but you do see
that keyword mostly.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
like
Can we just leave? I just want to go back to the ship. I don't want to dingly dangle around out here. This is not the place to be. This is definitely not the place to be.
I would say
this is how we get eaten by some freaking thing coming out of the ground.
If I was going with you or not.
Really?
Let's get out of here.
Really quickly, before you leave, just as you're taking in your surroundings, go ahead and
Sus.
Yeah, well,
roll initiative.
deal with it. No. Both of you go ahead and roll intellect checks.
Ah, shoot. Well, we know Ralph's gonna fail.
Ralph is pretty smart, actually.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't have an intellect score. What do you mean?
Yeah, you do.
Actually, I get a 12
You have
for
intellect
that
and
one, don't I,
codes.
since it's based against
What's your
intellect?
system?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, my system's 10, but...
So then, yes, 12 for you. So, and then it'll be against a 14 for you, JD.
What do I
it
roll
failed
with?
anyway.
A
I got
D20.
15.
D20 and you're rolling under a 14.
Oh, that's easy.
I failed.
Sag.
That's going to dice jail. You got a 1.
No, it was a unicorn.
That's a
Which
20.
is a 1. Is that a 20?
Oh, that's
No,
easy.
The 20 is a critical fail.
That's a critical fail.
Okay, no, that's not. We have to roll that again. A unicorn cannot be the worst thing. No. That's not. That math does not work. No.
Because that die was meant for D&D.
That definitely doesn't happen. That's wrong. How could you make a unicorn get me in trouble?
Can we get a hot
because that's
smash
the
cut
kind of
back to when you
content
said
we
that's
make
easy
here.
to roll under? Just so we're all aware.
Yes.
After both of them
Please.
Oh,
failed.
that's absolutely going to be a short.
Oh, that's easy. Fail.
Wait a minute. I
Critical
have some.
failure on JD's part. Oh my god.
Okay.
No, I think I have some cool thing that can save my butt here. No, I don't.
No, you don't. Okay. Neither of you notice anything as you head back into orbit.
Oh, okay, good.
It's mostly a debris field. That's all you notice.
Great.
Well, put it this way:
Thanks,
this
guys.
thing's going into dice prison, so
Yeah,
That is
I
not
don't think
getting rolled
we're
again
not
tonight.
rolling the unicorn again. Wow.
I mean, the fact that it is the unicorn, hopefully it wouldn't roll again because it would make you.
Anyhow.
Sad. Okay.
Okay. So you guys are making your way back to
The Nishimori.
No, you're going back to Arcadia Station.
Back to Arcadia.
JD, for this works out for you anyway, because if we had noticed something, we'd be here longer.
I
Maybe.
maybe, or we might end up fighting some freaking.
You
Still
don't
be
know.
there
Worm.
longer.
You don't know what you missed. You
Feel
don't
like
know
there's a
what you
worm.
missed.
I just feel like there's
Or
a
if you
worm with
missed
giant
anything.
teeth down there. I don't know why. I just feel like there's a giant sand.
What, just because
type
it's a
of-
giant sand planet? Like you think there's a sandworm? No. Okay, so back on Arcadia
There's
Station.
definitely not something that starts
dragon,
with a SAR
some
and is-
type.
as,
There's something
you
down
know,
there
in
going
a
to try and eat my ass. There is
Lives
something
in a
down
pit.
there
Regardless of what it may
that
or
we
may
did
not
not
have
just
been,
notice.
regardless of what it may or may not have been, you don't notice it. Back on Arcadia Station, Hawkins, Chimera, and Ed are all in the briefing room. So
You don't notice it.
no, you don't notice it. You failed your check. Do you honestly think you're gonna
Blinders
notice it?
are on.
Yep.
Listen.
Oh,
God.
I hit the wrong button.
Oh god, we lost Ralph.
I'm coming back. I promise.
Oh
Anarchy.
Oh no.
Chaos.
I failed my
ensues.
intelligence so hard I got disconnected.
Oofta.
Ooh,
That dice
I'm
definitely
back.
going to
I'm
dice
coming
prison now.
Okay.
Right?
There we go.
Oh god, you're in the wrong
You're in
spot.
different
Ah.
spots for me now.
Oh no.
Oh, it's
You
fine.
broke
Sorry.
everything.
It's okay. It's fine. I just have to.
How am I in the wrong spot? I thought you were pulling all of these
No,
as individual
no.
squares.
You're in the right spot in OBS. You're just in the wrong spot on my
Yeah,
screen.
ninja.
Oh,
Yeah.
OBS is what matters. Chill out.
It is, but I'm staring at OBS Ninja the whole time that we're doing this. So
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I am too.
Chill out. That
so I have
always
to
works.
see the light.
That's all right.
Right.
That's all right.
Everybody
JD's up
cool
there,
up.
but on my screen he's
Chill
down
out
here.
always works on
Yeah.
Mrs.
Here,
JD
up
for
there,
Absolutely.
me.
Over there and-
Okay,
Nope.
so back on Arcadia Station.
That's a critical
Let's
fail.
get
Chill out,
this-
Usually
Brad.
backfire.
Hey, bringing it back in, back on Arcadia Station. We have
Squirrel!
our 3 Aeons in a room together. So 3 Aeons in a room. How many of them does it take to change a light bulb?
I'm like waiting for and a
Just me, I
bartender
can do
walks
it with
in.
my mind.
He is a light bulb.
I was gonna say, are they changing Darius?
All right, so we're still flying back.
Yeah, so you guys, it's gonna take you like a half hour to get back, give or take. You know, pending anything terrible happening.
My God.
Okay, so the 3 of you are in a room together.
I
Discuss.
would have thought my team was going to be here. Do you know where they went?
Looks like it's just us.
Oh well, I'll debrief them later. They probably got held up with the new additions to the mechs.
In a manner of speaking, yes, sir.
The man is a genius.
Butterfly.
Very prescient, Captain. That's the
That's a leadership you've come to
first forward-thinking thing I've heard from you in weeks, sir. I know I'm not here, but shoot.
Oh man. I will say that as all of this was happening, you did hear some cheers from the hangar bay, so clearly something went well. You're just gonna have to get filled in on what it was later.
So, you know why we're here. You think you know a way to shut it off.
Well, shutting it off and becoming separate from it are 2 different things. How long have you been disconnected?
A while.
And your friend, I assume, is connected as well, as far as I can feel.
Well, yeah. Listen, I didn't try to rip the thing that's connected to my brain out of my head, if that's what you're asking.
Fair. It's, not good for your health to do so.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't quite understand why we want to get rid of this connection entirely. That has its benefits and things to learn from. But those on the other end of this is what I want to destroy. So it seems very similar. Our goal at hand. Do you know of the beacons?
Head nods.
What about yourself, Hawkins?
I think I've heard of them.
Think of them as enhancement boosters of a signal. It's how it reaches us all. If we remove some, we could weaken the connection and hide, so to say.
An interesting plan. You know where these beacons are?
I know of a few. I've only been to a few. I know there are many.
I know there's one in this section of space, I just don't know where exactly. I'm hoping that whatever they pull from the mechs that we brought back can kind of help us figure it out.
I can also share my mapping from my mech. It may give us a better aspect on pinpointing the beacons. It's been quite some time. I was a younger thing then.
They don't exactly make it a habit to move them, they're just heavily fortified. It's too much work to move them.
Everything with them is heavily fortified.
It's fair, but these more so than everything else.
How heavy we talking?
Carriers, point defense turrets, lots and lots of starfighters. And that's just before you get to the shield.
It's a task.
They have their weak points. I mean, I know that there's a way to bypass the shields. It's... That's something that, yeah.
We'll have to make a game plan. This isn't just get up and go.
No.
But as I've said many times before, time is of the essence. I don't know how your range scanners are or anything of your tech, but trust me when I say there are things coming that I can sense that are not good and are going to cause us some problem.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I'm looking at two of probably the biggest assets individual for their entire military. So... And you, Chimera, have been off grid for a while.
That I have. I've done a lot to make sure that they won't find me so I can seek my revenge.
Yeah, that's not to say they haven't been looking for you.
They'll always look for me. I am
Yeah,
their greatest creation and their worst nightmare.
yeah, you're not the only one they're looking for either.
So I've heard.
Yeah, they don't exactly like to let their deceiver kids go.
No, they don't.
Well,
All right.
as it stands, it sounds we have a common goal then.
That we do. That we do. What has your command put in place for us to move forward?
We want to meet. She wants to meet.
Of course she does. I want to meet her.
It'll come in a few days. At a neutral ground. We'll meet with her and discuss further.
Urgency does not seem to be a common goal, though.
They want to meet on
Is this
the
common?
moon. They want to meet on the moon on the dark side of the planet. Anyone with half a brain cell would know that.
Well,
Cut off from communications from the other half of the system. The only way to access it on this side would be through their seed ship, which I know is up there somewhere, but I don't know where.
You just gotta kind of look at Ed and be like, really, man?
Again,
Since when is Ed that smart?
anyone with half a brain cell who's known tactics and done military strategy for as long as I have. You honestly thought, you really thought. Okay. Damn. You've lost your touch, Gray.
I'm just following orders.
orders will get you
Since
killed.
when? Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, you've really lost your touch. Alright, well. The moon will be on the dark side of the planet in 36 hours.
Let's hope we have that kind of time.
Only one way to find out.
We'll be ready.
Yeah, let's hope your young bloods can protect this place if anything happens.
I'm just gonna shake my head. I don't think that your command understands the severity of which you're looking at. But I'm here for it.
Well, 36 hours, and then you'll get your conversation. And he's just kind of going to stand up and nod and walk out.
Fair enough.
Just gonna kind of wait till they shuffle their way and follow behind.
Yeah. Ed will be the last to leave. And as the two of you exit, you hear the door click shut. And you don't hear it or see it, but off camera, you just see Ed just take a table and just slam it up against the wall. This is not what I expected. And we'll fade to black and take a little break before we go to the next part, because we do have a whole combat thing that's going to happen tonight, so. How are you guys doing on time, by the way?
Good.
Good?
Yeah,
I'm good on time.
gravy
yeah.
over here. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch us over to the intermission scene.
Okay.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the intermission. If you haven't done so already, now is a great time to go and refresh your drinks, snacks, take a bathroom break, and a lap around the couch while we get geared up for the second half of our session here. In the meantime, if you haven't done so already, make sure to go and post any questions that you have for myself or the pilots in the Twitter thread. The link is being posted in chat right now so that we can get to them first and foremost when we start the debrief right after the session ends. So go get your break, rejoin us, and make sure to stick around after the end of the session. The link to the live show will be popping up in chat within the last couple of minutes of the session, and we really hope to see you there. Thank you so much again for watching.
We gotta go
Yeah, I'm
all.
good. Go
All
for it.
right, let's do it.
Hot
Cool.
shot.
Cool. Okay, so after the scene with the in the briefing room,
Words are hard.
let me just get my brain back on track here. Yeah. So after the scene in the briefing room comes to a close, I can't eat while I'm talking. Duh. I'm just like,
Don't work
ooh,
like that.
chips.
You can't put stuff in the
Right.
food hole when it's also the sound hole.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could, but that would be gross, and nobody wants to see that. So,
I
So-
don't know. Only
Your
snacks.
ASMR is stealing my views.
Wow.
so within
Is
the
there an
next,
only snacks?
no. So within the next hour, Lightryder and Ralph do return back to Arcadia Station. It takes you roughly like 45 minutes, give or take. Minutes. It takes you roughly 45 minutes to get back to, God damn it, to Arcadia Station. You enter back into the lift, are brought down to the hangar bays, and there you see Hawkins and Darius making their way back into the hangar bay, and shortly following behind is Ed. So, all of you are reunited once again.
And it feels so good.
Indeed.
Is this the part where we do a musical number and dance?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, all of the engineers have suddenly decided to flash
They break
mob.
into song.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a flash mob.
It's raining men.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
It's a raining man.
I love it.
The
For
opening
no reason.
Peacekeeper.
We're all gonna die, so it. We're gonna dance. Dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun. Bossy, 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 bossy. Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, I'm better. better.
so-
Lightryder's a little space crazed from the space drugs.
Yeah, space
fine.
drugs. Space drugs.
Space drugs.
Too
think
much
you got
space
into the
sriracha. Got into the sriracha again.
That's what we're calling it. That's what we're calling it.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Squeeze bottle just jammed up his nose.
You said it was smelling salts.
That
Imagine how
happened.
much
I can't take you kids anywhere.
No.
Chuff.
Okay, so
Lightryder just randomly yells cuss words really quietly.
okay. So do the two of you want to fill in Hawkins on what the fuck just happened?
Doesn't he know? Does he? Oh, as always, Hawkins not paying any attention to what's going on with the squad. Okay.
Nothing at all.
I'm just kidding.
We're about to get in a fight.
I mean, I'm a little bit shaken, quite honestly. I have to go clean out my helmet because I puked in my mech after the jump, because the jump was, and I'm not really gonna tell anybody about it, but that was messed up, man. Like interdimensional time travel warping through space time.
Yeah,
that's not fun.
that was
it does a
like-
number to your bowels. I may have pooed a little. So I
Good
think
thing
I
that you were
should
wearing
go
your
change real
pants
quick.
today.
How would you poop?
So I just get out of my mech and go right to
Just
Right-
straight to
right-
the facilities.
right-
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, right to the thing. I get changed and I'll be back in
Okay.
a minute.
Yeah, so the experience in
And I didn't actually crap myself. Thank you very much. But I mean, I was very nauseous.
and of itself, the Twitch jump is very much like entering a Verillion tunnel, but like instead of having that weird like phase shift kind of situation that you guys had, it's just instantaneous.
I'm not saying it makes you pee-pee a little bit when you come out the other side, but it makes you pee-pee a little bit when you come out the other side.
as
Just
Yeah.
a little.
to,
So
like,
you
kind
have
of,
like
Just a little.
it's just a little distortion, like kind of at the beginning, and then it just happens. Yeah.
Shimmer, 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 boom. What am I doing here? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's,
puke.
it's very much how the fuck did I get here?
So
Yeah.
instead of wibbly wobbly timey wimey, it's just wibbly wobbly time.
Kind of, yeah, but there's no time involved. Like there's literally no time involved. It is a split second thing that happens. Like you hit the button.
No, I was making.
I know. I know.
It takes longer for the wings come out than it does for you to travel
anywhere.
We don't know the distance. They just plotted a number in. We still have to find out if that was actually like, did we land where they thought they were going to send us, or we did? Okay, well then it works and it's how far do we think we can go? We don't know. We're going to find that out. That's going to be cool.
What happened up there?
You should have seen it, Captain. Romeo turned into a giant junkyard butterfly. It was fantastic.
A butterfly.
Did you just refer to yourself in third person?
The mech, Lightryder. The mech, Romeo.
Okay. I think you talk about your mech like it's...
So clearly the upgrades worked.
Yeah, they definitely work. Yeah.
I literally punched it. It was fun. Yes, they work.
Okay, well,
it worked.
Good
I have wings. It's cool. I wonder if we can use the wings for anything other than, zipping through space-time.
What, to fly?
Yes.
I think that's what your jets are for.
Did we already do that?
Yeah, but, I think... I have a feeling
you were making RG Borgman over there laugh at us.
Oh yeah, that guy's still here.
Yeah, and he.
How can you miss him? He's been standing there glowing the whole time.
He weirds me out, man.
A lot of things weird you out. It's fine.
It's true.
Just gonna stay there, arms crossed, head shaking.
It's true. It's true. Things weird me out.
We're all gonna die.
You're not wrong. I mean, we haven't yet, in all fairness.
No, Well,
I will say my mech's running absolutely great. I don't know what it takes to recharge these things. Maybe we can... never mind. I don't want to deal with Cygnus to try and get him to look at it. But maybe we have another scientist that's not as much of a pain in the... And we could,
As you're saying this, Tabata kind of makes his way out of the
I thought you were about to say Cygnus.
I was like, you're
I was tempted.
Because that is such a pain in the...
So as you're saying this, Scout Leader Tabata does come out and is just like, so, how'd you like the upgrades?
I like the upgrades, but next time could you tell me before you interdimensional slingshot my butt across the half the planet?
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, fair. It was a lot of fun. Okay, what else can I use the wings for? Like, can we glide with them? Can we use them for a speed boost? Can I?
Well, we have to test it still. The only thing that we know right now is...
How durable are they?
Well, pretty durable. I mean, they're made out of the same thing that the light sail was made out of, which is, like, the strongest material we've ever worked with. I don't know... Honestly, I don't know exactly what they're made out of. We just kind of disassembled them, changed around how they work, and...
It's reassuring. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, it's not... I'll just put it this way. It's not Lodium.
Wait, did you test that before pressing the button? Like,
Obviously.
Okay. Just making sure. How did you test it?
We rigged it up to a service bot and remotely punched the button.
You sent my mech out alone?
No, not your mech. No, a service bot.
Oh, you just put it on a service? Oh, that was really smart.
Yeah, service mech.
Yeah.
Right. And we remotely punched the button.
How you figured it out. All right.
It's fine.
Don't risk everybody's life for everything, Lightryder. It's okay.
No, but
it's just our lives that they risk for everything every time.
For the important things.
The majority of the time.
Got it. 10-4. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay.
I mean, do you want to be that? And he kind of like points over at the scrap pile of what's left of the service mechs that they tested. We could have just put them on there and hope for the best.
Yeah, no, I'm great. I'm glad that you didn't.
That.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well,
but
I like it. It's
what
fun.
I was getting at before, essentially, the other thing that we're hoping that it will work for, which we still kind of have to, we still have some testing to do, and that's why Unit 4 is still here. because they got to go through the Verillion tunnels. But the whole point of the Twitch drives and the light sails...
Good luck, have fun with that.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that we're hoping that they work to where we actually get from point A to the expected and planned point B.
Actually be able to navigate them.
Actually be able to navigate them, exactly. Because
Assuming
that's what they use it for. That's what they use
Yeah.
it for. So, I mean, it makes sense that if we take it apart and slap it on our mechs, it should work the same way, right? Well,
you already have all of our data from our first trip to the tunnels, so you can easily recreate the
which
positioning.
has proven to be crucial for not only disassembling the light sails, but also making the Twitch drives, because we actually pulled some of the data and listen, again, the scientists do all the wibbly wobbly timey wimey shit. I just put stuff together. Basically, the way that it works is it's really, really fast interdimensional travel.
As opposed to slow.
As opposed to slow interdimensional travel, which is what you guys dealt with when you went to the Verillion tunnels the first time.
Oh.
So it's split
That makes a lot
second.
of sense.
Yeah, it's split second. Basically, it pulls like information from parallel universes and like geolocates. I don't really know exactly how the science behind it works, but all I know is that it works. And it took a lot of
So far, anyway.
trying to make it work.
How far does it send you without the use of the tunnel?
Well, we haven't really figured out the exact range yet. Because we're limited to on-planet testing and smaller mechs to test with. So, we've got it narrowed down to like a range, which you and the Unit 4 get to be the first ones to test how far that can go.
Ooh, fun.
Seems like a risk to your pilots.
Everything's a risk to our pilots. Everything's a risk to everyone here. Sure. Everything is a risk, period. From the minute
them into the body of a void maw.
Nah. I mean, we've already done that once. On accident. Didn't know that was gonna happen.
It wasn't fun.
They're really not that big of a deal, though. Once you get them out into space.
So Darius is just gonna like reach into like a compartment and pull out almost like it's like a tablet, a little more high tech.
Oh.
Kind of turn towards his mech and kind of look like it presses a button, so you see lights kind of flickering on the mech and flickering on him as of doing a data transfer.
I might have some information that might come useful for your mapping. You should take this.
Interesting.
Just hand it over.
All right, appreciate that.
Captain, aside from the light sails and the Twitch drive, though, I don't know if this is part of it. Tobias, why did my mech feel more spry than before? Like, it would answer immediately.
Yeah,
He's saying the input lag is at least 250 milliseconds faster than it ever has been.
Well,
it's almost instant.
As you kind of take a look around, you also notice that the 3 Aeon strikers that were there are pretty much in pieces around you. They've been disassembled and stripped. And Tabata kind of points and is just like, yeah, well, you can thank those for that. Well, actually, I think I should thank you 3. And he points to Lightryder, Hawkins, and Ed. I should thank you 3 for bringing them to us, because we've been able to kind of reverse engineer how their neural ports work and get you guys upgraded.
So you integrated their technology.
Yep. And now we can mass produce it too, so everyone's going to get the upgraded tech.
No wonder the Aeons were always such a pain to deal with. If it felt more part of an extension than ever before.
Yeah, we've been able to imitate it for a while and do our best to kind of, for lack of better terms, meld pilot with the mech, man with machine, or woman, or person, whatever your case may be. But yeah, they always seemed like, huh?
Never mind.
Squirrel.
No, squirrel pilots. But yeah, they always seemed like they were just that touch faster. And so now we're hoping that we can play on a little bit more of an even playing field at this point. We also
even some odds.
Yeah, well, we're also trying to figure out what exactly fuels these damn things because it's weird. It's weird. Because it's not... They have the arc engines, the reactors. It's the same basic concept. But there's something else just kind of throughout their system that we can't quite pinpoint. It's not hydraulic, it's not oil, it's not petrol. It's just weird.
It's living.
Yeah, kinda. It's definitely biofuel of some kind. We just haven't figured out what it is.
Are you close?
That's a question for the scientists in the lab, not me. So if you want to go ask, you're more than welcome to, but I believe you guys are on schedule.
Yeah.
Wait, what schedule? What are we supposed to be doing?
Well, I was told to have you ship out to the moon in 30 hours.
The moon? The moon? The actual moon?
The moon.
You might want to bring them up to par, Hawkins.
Oh, I thought they knew.
Well, I was just...
Ralph does know. I think Lightryder has been
Spacing out.
polishing his pistol.
Ah, true. Yeah. No, I thought that was before we were.
All right, we're going to the moon. Cool. We're good. Let's
Actually,
go to the moon.
Was he in that meeting?
Yes, he was.
Did he
No.
go to this? Okay.
Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
he was, but he wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
Yes and no.
Par for the
Just
course. Par for the
shaking my
course.
We're
head.
going to the moon. Sounds good.
Just
All right,
shaking my
when
head.
we got to be there when?
So
30
the wheel
hours.
was spinning, but the hamster wasn't.
Oh, so you're just saying we're just gonna zippity doo dah zippity yay wingy over there, and I mean we should. Okay, so I mean 30 hours from now we can get there instantly.
You can try.
Is that the range of these?
I mean we can try.
We can try.
We
It's
have
within
the cords for the moon.
It's within the band. I mean, if you guys want to
go.
test it, you're more than welcome to.
Let's do it. We'll get there faster, save time,
And
Energy.
you also get your data.
don't spend all the fuel, get more data. It's a win-win-win, and we get to use the wings again.
All right.
These wings are proving to potentially be the death of me. But yeah, let's suit up.
Nah, I think we're fine.
Tabata turns to you, Chimera, and says, "Is this something that you'd be interested in us integrating into your mech as well?"
As long as you input the data I gave you, I have no qualms.
All right. No problem.
Trust the data that I give you is crucial to mapping your way a lot better than what you have, as far as I can see.
All right. No problem at all. They get to work very quickly, not only inputting data, but also upgrading Chimera, your mech, with a Twitch drive of your own. So,
Sweet.
after
Twitch, don't sue us, please. Drive.
Listen, I didn't write
Hashtag
it.
Twitch, not the same Twitch.
Hashtag I didn't write it, okay? So time passes, the next day rolls around. You are about, at this point, about 4 hours away from your ETA for the moon meeting. Are you taking Ed with you? Or is it just the four of you?
I mean,
He's your buddy.
yeah, he's kind of part of this, but he doesn't have a mech, does he?
Ed is officially a prisoner of war at this point.
I wouldn't
We don't
mind
need to be
having-
babysitting a prisoner, do we?
Oh, I wouldn't mind. He's just as much a part of this of the link as anyone else. No, we're not going to bring him with us.
We can video call him.
Yeah. Well, depending upon what the commander wants to do, we can always just jettison him up to the. I almost said the Nebuchadnezzar. I just the
Nishimura. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we can always have him jettisoned up there, and then that's one less body.
You mean shuttled?
Yeah.
Either way.
Jettisoned.
No, I like
Jettisoned.
Just space him.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
space
you.
him.
Master Chief style.
Yeah.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta go
Rip.
listen to that like Doom Eternal style one again.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes. So good.
Okay, so the time comes. I have to change the music again.
Please don't change the music.
Too late. It's too late. Hello. There it goes.
Oh, anxiety music. Things are gonna happen.
So, as you embark onto your mechs, bless you.
Thank you.
No problem.
As you all embark into your mechs, the data that you provided, Chimera, is successfully integrated into the system. And I need all of you to go ahead and roll a systems test for me. But I will give you, I'll give you a +2 to your system for this because of the help from Chimera.
Easy pass.
Easy pass, yeah, 7.
Do ties win?
No.
Fuck.
I got an 8.
Oh,
I got an
Ty
8.
did
You
not
gave me
go
2
to
to
the
give me
runner.
a 10. So
Damn.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So,
Even with the +2, oof.
Yeah. Oh, it's bad.
Should you roll a 19?
No.
Not
My
that bad.
system is 11.
Oh, mine's
With the
12.
2 or without?
Without the
Mine's
2.
an 8.
Without the 2. So it would
Okay.
have been a 13.
so
But
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
yeah. So, everyone except for Hawkins,
Damn it.
you all engage the Twitch drive and see the horizon shift, the colors displacing momentarily, spreading out from blended into kind of like 3 different phases, like blue, green, and red, and then immediately come back together, and you are just you're just like right at where you need to be to not collide with the moon's gravity. So you've come to the position that you programmed into your mech with the
close.
help. Yeah, no, it was right where you needed to be. That's exactly where you needed to be. Hawkins, on the other hand,
Buddy.
Tell me he face plants on the moon.
as you
Overshot it.
as the Twitch drive engages and rockets you through space-time, essentially, you come out of it, and all you can see in front of you is space. Just nothing but stars and distant galaxies. And you
bad.
see the ping on your HUD for where you were supposed to be way behind you. You are at a distant range from where your jump point was supposed to be. So,
Well, we know it can go far.
It's to hoof it back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like someone overshot.
Legitimately spin, turn on the jets, extend the wings if they'll help, and go back that way.
Yeah, the wings once they've been utilized, they go back into their compartment to recharge for the hour that it takes to recharge them.
Yeah, I will jet
Come on
back.
back, Iron Man.
Yeah, hoof it on back.
Oof, that's embarrassing.
Gonna radio that in.
Yeah, you so as you
I'm guessing you're gonna be a minute, Cap?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
make sure everything there is clear for the arrival of the commander. Or the commander or the director?
director.
I'll just tell him you're checking the perimeter.
Yeah, thanks for the cover.
Sure.
No need. I heard it all. We're here and awaiting your arrival, pilots. And your associate. Who I assume can intercept our comms.
You are correct.
I figured as much. We'll see you on Moon.
Perfect.
Oh.
Did she not say no before? Did she just say moon and not say the moon? Like just moon?
On moon, on planet. It's all weird.
Just just moon? Okay. Now I trust her
It's not
even less.
the only moon.
I mean, it's the only moon.
No, not of this planet.
It's the moon.
No.
It has to be.
Nope.
I can't handle it otherwise.
Elnex has 3 moons.
Gotta ease off that space, Sriracha butt.
I mean, come on, JD. Our own Jupiter has, what, 19 moons?
Yeah,
Something
but
like
Jupiter's
that, yeah.
not. They're eventually, just like Pluto, they'll tell you it's not a real planet. Eventually, Earth won't even
Pluto's
be a planet.
too tiny.
So.
That's why. And it also doesn't meet the clear
Listen,
definition
just
of clearing
because it's
its-
small doesn't mean it can't
As you
do
all
good
descend
things.
from the outer reaches of the moon's gravity onto the moon's surface, you are greeted by the moon of planet Elnax, which this one doesn't have a name because I am too fucking lazy to come up with the name of 3 moons.
Moon 7.
It's moon
This
moon.
is 7. The moon.
No, it's not a moon moon. Elnax has a moon moon. A moon moon
Like
is a
moon
moon that
moon?
orbits a moon.
Mm.
It's a moon moon.
Does
It is
exhibit introduce
legitimately
it?
a thing. It is legitimately a
It's
thing.
like it's a moon with a moon and a moon's in the moon.
Sir
They spin
Poutzalot, what the fuck?
Moonception?
Moon
What the fuck?
River. Moon
It's apparently the witching hour here at my house because my cat is.
Yes.
So, as you
not
arrive, you
Moonception,
see
Moon River.
the director's shuttle has already landed on the surface of the moon. And she is, they've deployed essentially this modular, what's the word? No.
Geodesic structure, maybe?
Yeah, basically. But it's got its own generated gravity. Biodome, yeah.
Okay.
But modular biodome. It's
Usually
got
made
hole in
a
the side of
geodesic
it, though.
structure, which is about half of that.
yeah.
It's a moon nipple?
Yeah, it's a moon nipple there. Okay, cool.
Oh, this one's a
The moon nipple. Does Moonraker live in it?
So, it is basically just it's a small modular structure with its own ability to generate gravity and atmosphere in an enclosed space. So,
That's no moon. Okay.
so you all disembark from your mechs. Hawkins takes an extra probably 10 minutes to get there, because that is a long way.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain, are you here yet?
Yeah, I'm 10 minutes out.
Oh, okay.
So, as you all
5 minutes later.
Hey, Captain, are you here yet?
You'll know when I'm here.
10-4. Just checking, sir. Thanks.
So, once
If
you
we're
all
still on our
arrive,
mechs waiting for him, Ralph's just gonna kind of, with Romeo, just reach over and bonk Lightrider's mech on the head.
Okay, yeah, we'll let that happen. And then once Hawkins arrives on the surface of the moon, you all take a moment to disembark from
Disembowel? Disembark.
No, disembark from your mechs.
Get off
God
of the thing. Got
damn it.
I'm gonna use the sound. I swear.
So, you all disembark from your mechs in your pressurized spacesuits, take the short moonwalk over to the biodome, effectively. And as you enter into, there's like a decontamination and pressurization chamber from the actual surface of the moon before you enter the dome itself. And as you enter, please hold for identiscan. And for a moment, the pressurization and decontamination, basically just like it feels like a warm shower on your exosuits, and a scanner kind of comes down and reads all of you.
You waterproof?
Yeah, they're waterproof.
No, I mean,
Oh,
Chimera.
yeah.
Okay.
He's good. He's good. It's not actually water, it's mineral oil.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No, but he's good.
Are we being baby oiled for something? What are we? This whole thing took a turn.
It's a joke. It was the fucking water
Mineral
cooling.
oil just
It's the
makes
water.
my armor
It was
shiny.
a water cooling joke. Damn it! Oh my god. Okay. Clearly, nobody's getting my humor, but all the childish humor is in tonight. So here we are.
Oh, no, we got your jokes
Full
too.
effect.
Cool. Identity confirmed. Welcome, pilots. And pilot of Chimera. And as you are all allowed ingress as the bunker doors go with their typical hydraulic noises. And all of you are allowed to enter in where Director Akita as well as Dr. Suneo are standing there awaiting your arrival.
Do you all secrete the same odor? What is that smell?
No, that's mostly Ralph. That's mostly Ralph.
That's
Director
fine.
present, please.
She knows us by now. It's fine.
I think she's all right with it.
We'll save that conversation for another day. Likely what you are acquiring through your senses is Dr. Suneo and his most recent experiments. They don't need an explanation for you, and that is not why we're here today.
It is unpleasant, but let's continue.
I apologize that we aren't up to your scent standards. I'll make sure to pack peony next time.
Fair.
So, we all know why we're here. Chimera, you have information potentially that we need. We have information that, well, hopefully with all of our heads combined, will be enough to take out the Aeon's communication network in this sector of space. So, we were able to pull some encrypted data from the mechs that Hawkins, you and your associate, as well as Lightryder, were able to bring back to Arcadia Station. Seno has been hard at work back in our CIC up on the ship, decrypting that data. And we have been able to get a better lock on where this hub might be. So we were hoping with a more refined area and your assistance, Chimera, that we could find where this hub is exactly and send you all out to take it out.
Have you received the data pack that I gave your engineering?
We have.
Included within there is some help. If
All right.
you wish to use it.
She pulls up on this table that is presented in front of you, of all of you, and kind of just separates the four of you from her and Dr. Suneo. If you see it, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's the same concept. It's a holopath, like it's a flat surface, but it can pull up hollow projections.
A hollow table. Got it.
Hollow table. Yes, thank you. That was the word that I was looking for that I could not find. So, she pulls up several screens off of the holopad, and one of them is Chimera. You would recognize this as the schematics for a hub station.
Right.
And just kind of explodes it out, showcases what Ed was describing as far as the shield specifically, as well as a couple of places that you had marked as potential weak points. She explodes that out and kind of rotates it around, details to you, to all of you, what exactly you're looking at. And then she pulls up 2 more screens. One with the... Who rolled with Seno and got the... I don't remember. Fuck.
Oh,
I think it was...
in the CIC.
I know it was Ralph.
And Lightryder.
Okay. So the
Hawkins
2...
failed that one.
Yeah.
He was still partially stroked out.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, out of it. Got it. Gotcha. Okay. I knew it was Ralph, but I couldn't remember who else. If it was all 3 of you or if it was just 2 of you. So
No, just those 2.
Okay. So you recognize the data on that pad, this first one that she has, as some of the data that Seno was kind of combing through in the CIC. But it is as she pulls the other screen over it, the encryption and the strange layout comes solidified into focus and brings up coordinates. And it's made clear to you all that the encryption was actually just a randomizer, and so they put it through a cipher and have cracked some coordinates.
So is that a combination of the 2 data sets, or is it just one confirming the other?
It's a combination of the 2, and also some confirmation with the help of the data that Chimera had sent in as well. Now, what we're looking at is general coordinates, and we've scanned each of these locations and found barren space. We don't really know if they're cloaked or if this is just old data. But with something this size, and she kind of pulls over the hub and rotates it, with the amount of shielding that you have suggested that it has, there's really only one place that it could possibly be and be able to remain hidden. And that's here. And she pulls up another pad and expands out into what seems like empty space until she hits an asteroid belt. And beyond that, a massive nebular storm.
It's a nebular, chat. I'm just...
This is the only place that we could...
Nebular? I don't even know her.
This is the only place that we could come to the hypothesis that something with this strong of shielding could possibly be hidden, as the electromagnetic storm created in this nebula would effectively hide it from our long-range sensors. Does that sound right to you? She gestures to you, Chimera.
That is correct. I do have files of memory reminding me of that storm when I was a young one. I did a lot of training out there.
It is an old storm and has not lost intensity over millennia.
I'm sure that it's also powered up there. It almost look like the storm is still there. Deception is a common thing with Aeon.
So we're learning. And so we have to be wary of as well. We're not really sure what kind of fortifications to expect, what kind of defenses. Without any kind of long-range scans, we don't have any intel to prepare you for that kind of thing. So, if anyone else has anything to add that could help us, we're essentially going to have to send you in blind. I will call you back to the information that Ed gave you.
Like about it being heavily fortified?
Yeah. They have no way to know that because they can't even.
Sorry.
Yeah, they can't pick it up on long range scans, and Ed didn't divulge that information to anyone but you guys.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I know my friend that is still on planet Elnax has stated that all of these outposts are heavily fortified just with the maximum amount of defense.
That makes logical sense, considering it is their entire intelligence network on the line. Well. Damn it. Well, this isn't going to be easy, that's for sure.
It never is.
I thought suicide missions were your forte.
They keep coming back alive.
We have that in common.
Go ahead, Ralph.
Sorry.
You were trying to
We're
say
getting
something.
pretty good at this losing battle thing.
That is true. Now, I could probably spare some...
I don't think anybody got that reference, chat.
I could send some additional reinforcements in the way of starfighters, but it is a long way out there. And I don't know if they have the fuel to make it, especially because they don't have your new Fulcrum technology. We're working on it, but it's not exactly something that we can mass produce overnight.
Fair.
I'd wonder if that new tech could help us bypass the defenses that they have up.
Maybe, but it's difficult for it to be that precise at this stage.
Pinpoint accuracy. Yes.
Especially with the storm, accuracy is not at hand.
And without any additional eyes from our long-range scans, we don't know where exactly, coordinates-wise, within this general area the hub is. So.
If the storm is still there, if it is really a storm and not a sensor trick, can we use it to hide our own approach?
Could disrupt their scanners.
Appear in the storm where they might not expect us and try to hide our signatures.
You all have arc reactors, which would come up on their scanners in a similar manner to an electromagnetic storm. So that is feasible. However, I don't know about you, Chimera. Your reactor is foreign to us, to say the least.
Whatever we do, they will know I'm there. There's no denying that.
Well, that's ominous.
In what way?
I'm connected to them.
Hmm.
I am. And kind of like just raising
my metal arm and kind of pointing at my biometrics.
I am partially them.
Would Hawkins have the same issue now that he's reconnected to the lattice?
I cannot confirm nor deny it, but there is a higher probability.
Understood.
Is this something else we could use to our advantage? You mentioned deception before.
Distraction, maybe?
False intel.
Very much so.
Whereas Ed may have a vested interest in helping with this goal as well. 3 known signatures appearing that were thought lost may be very distracting for an enemy, and they wouldn't be looking for a smaller, unknown threat that is just, kind of there, kind of in the background.
The asteroid belt would help hide you as well.
We distract them, you use the storm to sneak in the back door.
Not a bad idea, especially since we can knock right on it.
Unfortunately, we don't have an extra mech for Ed to pilot. We have the fighter still.
And we can get in and out.
That'll have to work.
How much do you trust
less
him?
of a risk as well if he decides to turn.
How much do you trust him?
Not a bit.
Well,
Well,
the
I
captain
trust him.
knows him. It is his call.
Trusted him with my life before. Be willing to do it again.
He's been forthcoming enough with information, but I don't know.
We don't know this guy. It's already a dangerous enough mission. Why do we have to have him?
You don't.
Okay, then can we
But
not?
he can run
'Cause
extra distraction.
The more the distraction, the better. We need them to focus away from you, because we need the shields down.
At the end of the day, pilots, it's your decision, not mine.
The last thing we need is them to raise the shields and cut off our approach. The more eyes away from us, the better.
The big one's right.
But clearly, whatever.
I'm the big one.
All right.
Let's go. Let's put the whole mission in the hands of somebody we don't even know who's an actual prisoner. That sounds brilliant.
Oh, technically, he's a prisoner as well. If you want to get.
I don't trust him either.
At some point, we have to start trusting somebody in this godforsaken system, or we'll never attain any allies. He has been forthcoming. He has given us information and data that he did not have to. He has gone out of his way to be helpful, at least to the point where he can. He has no reason.
Or lead us right into a trap. Yeah, that's fine.
The way I see it, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's where I stand at this point. Our common goal is to get rid of this beacon.
We have no conflict in interests at this point. There is no
I don't have a problem with this guy. You're talking about taking this other knucklehead now, who is actually locked up just shortly
he also
ago.
Does not have to be completely informed of our plan. We can tell him it's a scouting mission with himself, Hawkins, and Chimera.
That's a terrible idea, but whatever.
I feel like you don't understand that your captain is one just like myself. Obviously, I've seen more enhancement type things, but he is Aeon.
I mean, that has been kind of made poignant at this point.
Yeah, like I said, I could really care less about you. It's just this other guy. I don't think we need him. Plus, it negates our whole element of surprise. But, whatever you want to do, Captain. You seem to be in a very trusting mood lately of everybody but, the people on your team. So, do what you'll do. That's how it always goes anyway, right?
I would
Is there something
suggest
that needs to be talked about. I'm just going to turn fully to Lightryder and say, what's that going to mean?
It just means let's do what we're going to do here. Clearly, we're trusting prisoners of war now with my safety.
We're trusting them either way, taking Ed or not. Chimera's still a prisoner of war at this point.
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't jeopardize the mission.
Arguably, he jeopardizes it more.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you want to do. I said my piece.
All right. Well, you all have about an hour left before your Twitch drives are ready to use. Shall I prepare the fighter?
Lightryder walks off to his mech.
Ralph, do you have
Captain,
any final word?
As long as we limit the information so that Ed cannot even inadvertently let anything slip, I believe the risk is minimal if you do.
In all honesty, it's just dangling a carrot in front of the horse. He doesn't need much of any information. He just needs to be there with us.
We need a bigger beacon, and he gives us that bigger beacon.
Very much so.
Ready the fighter.
Understood.
I'll be at my mech.
And just walk off.
Okay. Akira looks at you, Hawkins. I hope you know what you're doing on this one.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Good luck, pilots.
He just nods and turns and walks towards his Mac.
All right.
A little rattled.
So Ralph's going to just kind of pat Hawkins on the back as we're walking out. Captain, don't worry. If we screw up, we won't even realize it. And just walks off with this big, just goofy-ass grin on his face, knowing he just kind of probably rattled him a little bit just to tease him.
Okay. So, all right. So, you all, over the next hour or so, find yourselves back. Do you guys head back to Arcadia Station to recharge and refuel and all that goodness? Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
So, you find yourselves back on planet, and soon after you arrive, the Aeon fighter is delivered to the planet. And you take a moment to gather up your things and inform Ed that he's coming along for a mission. What information do you give him?
Such a moral dilemma. I definitely say we found the location of one of what we suspect to be a beacon. But we don't have enough information, so we need to scout it out. And since he is familiar with the makeup of the defenses and everything, we need him to come along with it. Also kind of inserting, like, by doing this, you're kind of helping to build a little circle of trust with the director to kind of entice a little bit.
Well, I don't exactly have wings anymore.
Well, that's been sorted. It's an older fighter, but I think you know how to fly it.
It's the one you flew onto the luminous conduit, isn't it?
It's the one I flew on the luminous conduit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
One that Ralph tricked him with.
Yeah. It's my old fighter.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's
totally,
the best thing we got.
Totally rolled like a 1 on the BS score.
Yeah. It'll work. It'll fly. It's fine. All right. When are we doing this?
Now. Shortly.
Shit. Okay. All right.
As soon as everyone's ready.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys finish up your preparations, and I have to find the
I think Fraz might have had something there, and she's like, "Okay, never mind."
No, I didn't.
No. I was just saying, like, get him ready as quickly as possible. And
No,
meet the
I was
rest
looking for a
upstairs.
thing. No, I was looking for a
okay.
thing. Yeah. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Are we in an off-key fast food commercial?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I need that one, but then there's one more that I need somewhere. Where is it? Nope. I need it.
Is Fraz just doing Popcat? Is that what I heard? Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
I can't find. Where the fuck?
Things.
This isn't it. This is not the only one. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second.
All good.
Yeah, you're good. I want to interject when both
by all
Ed
means,
and
roleplay while I'm looking for shit.
Hawkins enter the hangar bay. I want to pretty much meet them at the door. I'm going to address Hawkins first.
I hope you have trust in your friend in this mission.
And it gives you a level look and looks over to Ed and it's like, yeah, I do.
You seem to have a bond, not like the others. That is good, but can be worrisome in the same.
I'm just gonna look over at Ed and like reach out and grab a hold of his arm, and I want to do like a scan, like with my psychic connection. I want to try and see if there's any malice, if there's any possibility of him double crossing.
You pick up on a lot of anger, but it doesn't seem to be... You don't pick up on any inklings of any kind of tendency towards a betrayal. Just a lot of anger directed at the Aeons. You get the feeling that this guy's... He's got a score to keep.
I'm just gonna like look Ed like dead piercingly into his eyes.
That's all I needed to know.
And just walk off back to my mech.
I just see Ed doing the...
Nah. No, he actually is just, at this point, like, he's fucking focused in. He's just blank-faced, set straight ahead, ready to go. So, you will re-embark into your mechs. How are we feeling on time?
I want to blow stuff up.
Okay.
I mean, as long as these guys are good.
I'm gonna say it is getting close to that time for me. I have morning class.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I apologize.
No, it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all
well,
good.
we get to blow things up next time.
Get to blow things up next week. It's another week of me saying, oh, well, we'll get to it next week. Okay.
Action right off the bat will be good, though.
It'll be action right off the bat. More dilemmas happen. The drama.
So to build up to that...
The 2-minute glass.
Yeah, to build up to that, I will say that you all re-embark into your mechs, and you get out into orbit. Ed embarks into the fighter. You all exit orbit and are out of atmosphere, hovering in space. Take a moment before you all engage your Twitch drives and rocket towards the coordinates that were programmed into your mechs. Go ahead and everyone, before we end off for the night, go ahead and roll me one more systems test.
Oh gosh.
Once again with the you still have that +2. So for any time that there's a Twitch jump involved, there will be a +2. So
I got an 8 again, thank fuck.
I got an 8 as well, baby.
Oh man.
JD.
Did you want a unicorn?
No, so
system
is 12, so I add 2 to that, so
14.
I'm under it.
Yeah.
So 11 is under 14, but it was 12 originally, and I had 11. So
Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. So, Yeah, so as you all exit from the Twitch jump, you see that you have arrived just on the backside of the asteroid belt. So, and in front of you is this expanse of space where off to the right, at about your 2 o'clock, is just this massive nebular storm. And tucked in just behind it, you can just make out the flicker of a shield as a massive carrier sits just in front, slowly drifting back and forth as several small interceptors make their patrol around this area. You have definitely come to the right spot. So, with that, we will see what happens next week.
Tune in next week on Mecha Hack.
There we go.
So.
Insane.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, GG's.
Yeah, totally.
It's good stuff.